Like, what is a food desert, and
So,
why is this a factor for Black people?
so food deserts are places where we live that do not sell fresh food or whole food, which means food that is grown in the ground, like fresh vegetables, fresh meat if you still are a meat eater. Uh, so I'm not sure how the powers that be or the large corporations like, you know, the grocery stores, how they decide where to put their stores,
Mm-hmm.
but it's usually not in our area. And when they are in our area, the food is usually food that is not good. It's sent from other stores. A lot of time they change the dates. You know, it's old food. Our stores tend to have more processed foods, cookies, cakes, candies,
Oh
you
my,
know, and so
yeah,
that stuff is pushed on us. And
yeah,
because that's what's cheaper. And
yeah.
so what that does, it keeps us sick.
Wow. So, what can we do to naturally detox our pancreas?
So one of the things to detox your pancreas is to get off processed
That's
foods.
food.
Processed foods. And you could, I don't really tell people to do detoxes because if you eat real whole foods like vegetables and fruits and even fresh meat. I mean, if you're a meat eater, you can find someone that has a farm that sells meat.
Mhm.
You can get your meat from there. The
Right.
meat that's in the grocery stores is dead flesh. It wasn't killed yesterday.
Okay. Jesus. Jesus. You
I
ain't
mean,
gotta put it like
think,
that.
but think about it. Think about even animals don't eat dead flesh. They eat stuff that they just killed or
Mhm.
that they saw die.
Mhm.
You know, we get dead flesh and it's put in um, a some type of facility, and then they add all type of process like preservatives and salts and sugars so that you don't taste the death. And then they put it in all the grocery stores
Why you gotta say taste of death? Why you gotta put it like that, Dr. Shirley?
because any flesh that dies, it turns black and it rigor mortis sets in. So that's exactly what they do. And then they add antibiotics so that you won't get sick from it
Jesus.
because it start growing bugs. And so this is what they are selling us. Now, I'm not saying they sell it at all grocery stores, but in our areas,
Ugh.
because it's not fresh food.
Mhm.
Even the fruit, a lot of times, is not fresh.
Really?
You know, if you look at like Walmart, a lot of times that stuff is rotten or is so genetically modified, it doesn't even taste like an apple, doesn't taste like a peach. And that's what's in our neighborhoods, majority of minority neighborhoods,
Yeah.
black and brown neighborhoods.
Wow.
And, and if you question what I say, just go take a ride to the other side
Mm.
and look in the grocery stores and see when you walk in, you see real green vegetables. The water is washing them off. The apples are red. When you go in our neighborhoods, you know, the lettuce looks like this. It's brown. The apples are, red and brown, you know.
Mhm.
So those are food deserts because we do not have access to fresh fruits. So
Mhm.
then what happens is they go put fast foods in our areas.
Mhm.
So now you add on top of that a heavy sugar load. And
Okay.
sugar is a poison. Sugar kills everything in our
Yeah,
body.
sugar, it feeds cancer and it
Feeds cancer, feeds
increases
all the
diabetes and everything else. Okay, so you said you talked about stress. Well, let me go before I go to stress though. Are there any supplements